No, 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 no. American Cholo, Bozo, LA Leakers, no jumper. No, nah, nah. Listen, I got a few questions. I'm going to start with this because I was told not to, but I feel like folks in my nation not saying what they supposed to say. American Cholo, I got a question for you. When they was doing the movie, Nacho Libre, where were you? When them folks did that movie, Nacho Libre, where were you? Okay. I'm going to refer to a group as them folks. And we all know who them folks is. I didn't hear or see nothing when Nacho Libre. Every time they do something that has to do with Mexicans, I never seen the leading actor, Nacho Libre, had to get up on national TV and do an apology. So there's no way that a music artist from our nation got to do a apology. That's dishonorable. That's reputable. I'm going to let you know something, American Cholo. Why don't you ask your ancestors about us? Because for some reason, you under the impression that we supposed to submit to your conditions. We supposed to submit to your guidelines. We don't have to. Ain't none of that. That go to you too, Bozo. We don't have to submit to nothing that got to do with no Mexicans. What makes you think this nation got to apologize? It's only a few nations in this world. Let's start from the beginning. Got the European nation, African nation, Latino nation, Russian nation, Middle Eastern nation, Caribbean. You could throw the Arctic in there if you want to consider that a nation. But it's only about 5 to 6 nations of people. And in that is different cliques, it's different groups. But it sounds like y'all standing on nation business. So cool. All right, let's do that. Why are Mexicans even in this country? The country we built. It may be, I don't know. Let me see. Let me think. Because you want to have these mental jousts with people that ain't going to really be able to really go there with you. But okay, let's open all the doors since we're going to open all the doors. Civil Rights Act of 1964. The reason that any of y'all Latinos are able to be over here. Off our backs, our grind, the bloodshed and tears we laid down. My nation. So how you gonna get up on interviews saying that we need to pay for consultancy and these are things we need? Hold on. The industry, we may be predominant in it, but we don't dominantly own it. So fix your tone there. The second thing, how are you as a American Cholo, a Mexican, gonna neglect the fact and overshadow the fact that Mexicans, historically, you can call it religiously, train their families, their children, aunts, just the men and the women, the young men and the women, to degrade us. Don't hang with them. Don't procreate with them. Don't date them. Don't bring them in this house. Talk about all the Mexican fathers and the Mexican mothers that say not to bring a black man or black woman in the house. The real natives of this country. The real engineers. Better yet, what do you know, American Cholo, about a Garrett Morgan, an Alexander Miles? Tell me what Mexicans have really contributed. What's the real contribution to be demanding all this respect? Push peace for what? Bozo, push peace for what? We gonna push peace only for Mexicans to continue to be prejudiced? Because Mexicans are super prejudiced. Let's not overlook that. But it's a lot of fact being neglected. So let's get into the facts. When them folks do the movies, when them folks do them commercials, when they come out with Tostitos, when they do all the things they do to mock, not only mock, but exploit your heritage, where are y'all? Tostitos is still on the shelf. Last I checked, that's not them folks' invention. But here we are, Tijuana Flats. Crazy Taco. The mockery is all around. So how can we sit up here and neglect that? Where those apologies being demanded? Where that respect being demanded? You speak about things, American Cholo, about turning the other cheek and this and that. Gee, that's what the whole civil rights was about. Don't make it seem like that's something special or unique about Mexicans. Letting stuff go, letting stuff slide. That ain't that. What? But again, let's get to the foundational things. Mexicans prejudice, G. You know it. You know it. We don't say nothing about when you come here, again, off our backs, and then y'all shaving y'all face, shaving y'all, dyeing it blind, do whatever you do to assimilate, to be as close as possible to them folks. But now you want to get up on publications and say, take videos down there. What? That man don't have to take nothing down. He shouldn't. For what? What real valid reason? There is none. But again, you talk about consultancy and have somebody on the team that can consult and tell you how to explain this and explain that. Listen, we ain't gotta have nobody doing nothing. That's extortion, man. That's extortion. When has the mariachi been a sacred thing? When I see them folks coming to your country all the time wearing the mariachi hats, they buy them. We don't buy that. We go visit Mexico, we don't buy that. That's not what we thinking about. But I'm going to say this. I see them folks wearing the mariachis all the time. I see them folks popping out on Taco Tuesday. Even that, Taco Tuesday. That ain't, oh, y'all don't find that disrespectful, huh? That's, and again, when them folks say they paying homage, what? Where y'all at? But again, we don't have to submit to nobody. What? Nah. No. No. Submit? No. Apologize? No. That's senile. That's delusional for us to do. Then you go on and say, oh, my sound engineer. Wow, you gonna do the token black guy again? Because you got one black person working on your behalf for your minuscule podcast. You feel like you have unity with our nation, the natives of this land, the natives of the world. How? Really? You gonna do the token guy? You caring now? Oh, I have a black nephew. Oh, I have a black family member. Really? Because you got a black sound engineer? Dog, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That's mockery in itself. So you perpetrating unity because you got a sound engineer, bringing them all in the camera on the interview, letting people see. That's not unity. They take our dollars all the time. They take our wealth all the time and still hate us. Just because you're working with somebody on something you have going on and they from an African nation don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That's like if I hate Latinos. For instance, my wife is Puerto Rican. If I actually discriminate and am prejudiced against Latinos, how can I say that I'm in unity with Latinos? Because look at this. I have a Puerto Rican wife, but every time I see him out in public, I mean mugging them. I'm aggressive. I don't feel like they belong here. That ain't unity. So we're not pushing peace. Everybody talking about pushing peace. Everybody talking about unity. When have Mexicans been in unity with us? Huh? A relationship? What relationship? Oh, you mean the Civil Rights Act of 1964, where it pretty much y'all are allowed to be here from the grind, from the strife, from the triumph we put in? What merit does Mexican have to be over here? What merit? What real merit? So when you talk about it's like a relationship, what relationship, man? What relationship? There is none. I don't understand that. There is none. Then on top of that, you go on to say that y'all need to be understood and that y'all have things that's very near and dear to your heritage. And y'all don't say nothing about it. But yet, y'all now demanding now that we pretty much tread lightly with those things. Well, I'm going to say this, American Cholo. Mexicans need to get out of hip-hop then. If we going to open that door, let's open all the doors. Mexicans need to get out of hip-hop. Mexicans need to stop yo-yoing and homeboying. Even that. The Latinos I know, they say papi. Papicito. They don't say homeboy. Homeboy? Man, we ain't said homeboy since the late 80s. These are things that y'all do that you don't even notice that falls under stereotyping, prejudice. Why don't y'all talk the way y'all talk? Why when you communicate with somebody that look like me, you gotta say homeboy? player. We don't talk like that. We don't. But again, what about what you said? You felt like because you was regurgitating a conversation that you overheard that it was okay to say the word in-er. You said the ER. So this is what I'm contemplating. What if the relationship and the unity is so sensitive to you with the native black community, with the African nation, then what made you feel comfortable enough to say what you said? You said the relationship is so sensitive to you. It's so near and dear. You're pleading. You want us to cop plea and apologize. But what about what you said? Oh, now it's context. Man, forget the context. You said it's a relationship. You said it's unity. You said we need to talk. Well, why would you say that if that's what you're doing, relationship building? Because that's not the way you rebuild a relationship with us, not a healthy one. That's not what you do. But you was comfortable enough in saying it. And now when you get on these interviews, you neglecting the fact that you said what you said. It don't relieve you. What about the La Raza stuff? What about that whole thing? Keeping the waste pure, right? So let's let it out the bag. We're gonna expose all of it about these Mexicans. La Raza, right? Keep the race pure, right? Pure from who? Talk about it. Talk about that. Don't get on these interviews talking that fraud talk. You a fraud with it. Tell them what that La Raza really about. Keeping it pure. Pure from what? From who? Because I see a lot of them folks, they children, be with y'all's. Ain't no issue. I don't see no apologies when it come to that. But again, man, American Cholo, you perping and you frauding and you know it. What you did, ain't nobody pushing peace from that. What you said, ain't nobody pushing peace from that. And anybody you talking to, they not talking to you right. Because there's a lot of things in the Mexican community, oh, they got to get broken down. We got to expose that. Because what's the reason for it? But again, never forget why y'all are able to come here. It ain't on your merit. Y'all didn't do that. Ask your ancestors about us. Them stoneheads ain't for no reason. And they definitely ain't, listen, those figures ain't of y'all. It's not. Chisel at it all you want to. Look at it closely. We done conceding. We don't have to concede in this manner. We don't have to concede. We don't have to delete. We don't have to apologize. I advise you to get your mind right. Bozo, I advise you to get your mind right. Laws of the land. Yo, y'all not the only ones that could garner 100, 200 people. Hey, our organization is global. We got a whole nother continent to tap into. We talking billions. We not small. We not peons. But okay. If it's going to be peace and unity, we'll expose all the things that y'all historically do. Tell the Mexicans, stop saying the N-word then. Because they ain't no ends of mine. That's not how it's going. Y'all might got a few of my folks over there allowing y'all and telling y'all and making it okay. But listen, in other areas and regions where we are, that ain't gonna go. You ain't gonna be able to feel that comfortability to say that. That's that cultural appropriation. That's what y'all do. Why so many of y'all children trying to rap instead of doing the where them bands at? So if we gonna keep it strictly, let's be strict with it then. So there can be unity. But don't come over and disrespect what we got going on there. Because hip-hop is what we built. But yet I see all these Mexicans want to rap. They don't want to sing mariachi. They don't want to. Why not? So if we're going to keep it all the way, G, let's keep it all the way G. Because it's for the simple fact, when them folks mock and exploit y'all in every way, I don't hear no apology. I don't tell them, y'all ain't telling them to take the Tostitos down, take the Doritos down, take the El Paso off the shelves. Hey, y'all not saying that. Y'all, they get money off of it. Y'all assimilating. So stop acting like y'all also offended and insulted, and y'all feel so degraded because the struggle that y'all been through is greater than any other. Stop it, dude. Cholo, Bozo, all the O's. Stop. It got to be spoke on. And that's why I'm speaking on it, because I watched every interview. I seen every platform. I see how y'all moving with this, and this is disgusting. Because it's for the simple fact, even with an apology, for those who choose to do it, when I step out into this world, a Mexican is a family, even the little kids. I'll give a personal story. I went into a buffet to check a price, just to see what the setting was like. And there was a Mexican family walking in, mind you. This is in Florida. Mexican family walking in. 2 little boys, a little girl, mom and dad walking in. I open the door and I spread that door to its full extent so they'd be able to walk in. That's just humanity. I see they got the kids. Maybe they had a long day. Daddy ain't getting up to the front enough to open that door. So I opened the door so everybody could be able to come in. Dad looked like he seen the Grim Reaper. The kids looking like they seen the Grim Reaper. But the mother did not. She looked at me and she said, "Thank you." That's that prejudice I'm talking. Y'all teach it. So talk about what Mexicans teach. Y'all teach prejudice. We don't teach. There's nobody in our native black households in this country or any other region of the world saying, hey, them Latinos, stay away from them boys. Hey, the Mexicans, stay away from them boys. The Mexicanos, stay away from them girls. Our mothers and our fathers, our grandmothers and grandfathers ain't saying that. We don't have no reason to look at y'all and even think of y'all in that manner. But yet, we know what y'all religiously do. So talk about that. Expose that. Y'all get an apology. Because ain't nobody ducking nothing. But if we going to let it all out, if this going to be an open dialogue for everybody, let's get everybody involved. Because like I said, that's what y'all do. Y'all teach hate. Y'all families, generation after generation, teach hate. We ain't even got to get into the other relationships that we got that ain't for everybody to know, but it's been publicized, but it ain't everybody for know. It's not for everybody to know. But that other relationship, even in that, use and abuse, right? So it's insanity. What y'all doing, how y'all been talking on no jumper, it's all insanity. It's delusion. And that's what I stand on. I stand for my heritage. And that's what I'm speaking from. But I do know what y'all do. So there ain't no respect. We can't respect that. Because for the simple fact that it might be an apology happening in the vicinity where y'all at, but when we go out into this world, the rest of y'all folks, they prejudice. And that's the truth. So it's not in our best interest to apologize. It's not in the best interest to push peace unless we're going to be truthful about it. You not being truthful. You frauding. And that ain't G.